Now, Max, this series, obviously, you fully understand the Celtic-Laker rivalry. You fully understand everything that goes into these type of games. But what is going on in the locker room? You know, can you sense the rivalry between Larry and Magic? Does Larry talk about it, or do you talk about? Because it seems like when I watch the games, you were chirping with everybody out there.
Well, Scal, you know I'm a talker, so that's how it first began, and we were talking noise, and we hated the Lakers. I just did something with Michael Cooper the other day, and we talked about the same series, what happened in that game, what happened before that game, how they felt like they were disrespected, how they had we thought we had them in Game 6 in LA. Matter of fact, we were up by 10 points at the half, and what we did, everybody got plastic and put it on their clothes so we wouldn't get champagne. We thought we were going to be celebrating in LA. They had some guy, some stiff that came in the game named Byron Scott and had 17 points in the fourth quarter. They ended up winning that game, and so we were just disappointed really to be coming back home, but still at the same time to be coming back home for Game 7. It doesn't get any bigger than that, Scal. I don't even know what to say. When you think about games that you play in, you've been there before when you were a little boy, and you count down and you go to your boys and we're going to play a big game. And this game is for the championship. There was nothing left. After those 48 minutes, somebody was going to be crying and somebody was going to be laughing.
Yeah, you're just a couple years into your career, but as you watch this game, you really notice how well you played off of everybody else. Just your instincts to cut. Now, that partially something where you fit in perfect with the team, or that's something that you had to develop once you started playing with guys like Larry and guys like Kevin McHale and Robert Parrish?
Well, I already knew how to play at that level at that time. When we first got Larry Bird, my game changed at that time, so he became a great passer. He was a great passer, and what I had to do was I knew how to cut off of him. I know a lot of times I hear you saying ball cuts and rip through. We didn't know nothing about that. You just played the game at a high level. So if you saw an opportunity to cut towards the basket, you did that. You knew Larry was going to find you, or I was going to find him. The whole thing about the NBA at that time was it wasn't about the three-point shot. It was about getting high percentage shots around the rim. The more high percentage shots around the rim, you know, Tom Thibodeau, Doc Rivers, they would throw up if they saw the game that we played during that time, because they'd be like, oh, what were y'all doing? No threes? We were trying to get twos.
Well, Max, I know one thing. There's one guy I know for sure was not scared, and that is Cedric Maxwell. Cedric, I got to ask you, like, you live for this type of thing. You live for this type of moment. Now, did you say, hey, guys, I got you. All the Hall of Famers around, hey, hop on my back. I'm going to take us all the way to Game 7. Tell us about that story.
All those Hall of Famers you talked about, there was only one guy who was a Finals MVP, and that happened to be me. You're looking at that person. So when I was looking at them, Danny was checking people and got a heart monitor and looking at people, talking to them, came to me and said, man, your heart's beating slow. I said, dude, you don't worry about it. You climb on my damn shoulders. I'm going to help you win this championship. And essentially, I said that. My teammates looked at me like, okay, we're going to give you the ball every time. Do what you need to do, and we're going to win this We're going to win this game today.
Max, were you always like this, or is this something that being in all these big games and being around all these great players, it's something that you formed?
I remember failing when I was in Pee Wee basketball and went to an all-star game, and I didn't play well. From then on, I made it a mission in my mind to put so much fear in my body that I was going to respond in a positive way. So failure to me probably was the biggest motivation to be who I was in these big games. I did it in high school, I did it in college, and I damn sure was going to do it in the pros. So in 1981, being a Finals MVP, and now you're trying to tell me I got to play against the Los Angeles Fakers in the 7th game? You don't think I'm ready to play? Really?
In your mind, in these environments with, Game 7, what is it that you have to do to remain calm? Like, I get the hype and everything around it. How do you remain calm during these times?
Well, I start thinking about just making it into a game. I've heard about some of the games you used to play against some of these people who said they could play, and Scal, I could beat you, and you took on all these people and beat them. you made it a game. And that's what you do. You keep it in your mind. It's a very simple game that you've been playing since you were in grade school. And if you do that, then you don't get into the big moment and freeze up.